What's up, everybody, and welcome to Wildcard Sports. In today's video, we are going to go over my Week 5 picks. We are now 44-19, 88.4 pick percentage. Let's try to get to the 90s this week. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new. Let's just get right into it. 49ers, Rams, Thursday Night Football. This one could be a really bad one for the 49ers. I'm a 49er fan, so this one hurts. We are banged up. We pretty much don't have an offense whatsoever. Everybody's gone. A lot of backups are in there. Not going to be good. Yes, it's a division game, but let's look at the spread. It used to be like 3 when the game first started weeks ago before all the injuries. Now it's at 7.5. I've seen 8.5. Yeah, Rams should cover the spread, but, it's a division game, so, maybe Niners can make it interesting, but I just don't see the Niners winning, unfortunately. So I got to go Rams on this one. If everyone was healthy for the Niners, I would say the Niners have a strong shot of possibly winning, but the Rams are just an overall better team. They do look really good this season. So battle of the 3-1s, it's going to go with the Rams on this one. All right, moving on to the Vikings-Browns. Battle of two really good defenses. This game could be very low scoring, but overall, I do think the Vikings have a better team overall. Let's look at the spread right here. Vikings minus 3.5. There is no home team here. This one is being played in London, so no home field advantage for either team, but we're going to see a battle of defenses. They have this game at 35.5, if you could see that right there, 35.5, so that's pretty low scoring. I think the lowest scoring game on the slate. This is a game where I do think the Browns could upset the Vikings. We do have a rookie quarterback going in there. Dylan Gabriel should be starting here for the Browns. That can change things up. Vikings don't have a lot of tape on him. I could see an upset happening. I probably would take the Browns plus 3.5, but I still got to lean Vikings to win this one. All right, moving on to the Raiders, Colts. Colts look great. Great matchup there with the Rams last week. Almost beat them, but lost there at the end. I got to go Colts at home to beat the Raiders. Let's look at the spread just in case. Yeah, Colts pretty much favored by a touchdown. I don't know if they'll cover the spread, but I would bet on the Colts to win that game. All right, moving on to the Giants-Saints. Two teams that don't look great, but I do think the Giants look better. Even though they lost Malik Neighbors, I think they're completely fine. Saints are just terrible. Rattler has never won a game as a Saints quarterback, which is insane to think about. This could be his first win, but I still think the Giants are an overall better team and should win. I'm going to pick the Giants. Let's look at the spread just in case. Saints are favored by 1.5, so it would be an upset for the Giants to win, and I do think the Giants win this one. All right, moving on to the Cowboys-Jets. I think this game right here is going to be very high scoring. Justin Fields has the best matchup of any QB this week, fantasy-wise. So I know a lot of people would be starting Justin Fields if they can. Same with Dak against the Jets. I think this could be very high scoring. It is in New York. Cowboys, I do think, are the slightly better team. They almost beat the Packers. They tied them. Let's look at the spread before I make my pick on this one. Yeah, right here. I'll move it up here so you can see the total. Cowboys favored by 2.5 on the road. I do think they could cover that. But at the same time, I could see a Jets upset happening here. And I am going to go with the Jets upsetting the Cowboys. Jets at home. And beating the Cowboys. Let me know if you agree with me or disagree, by the way, in the comments. All right, moving on to the Broncos-Eagles. Two really good defenses going at it. If this one was in Denver, I would say Denver has a slight chance to win it, but I think Eagles are going to go 5-0 after beating the Broncos. I think they're going to pick off Bo Nix definitely at least once, but maybe even twice here. I got to pick the Eagles. They should be favored by what? I'm going to guess 4. Where is it? Oh, wow. I didn't even look at it. They are favored by 4.5. So, okay, right when I was thinking, but I do think Eagles should win this one, beat the Broncos. Could be low scoring, 43.5, but we'll see. All right, moving on to the Dolphins-Panthers, two bad teams. Panthers look good here and there. Dolphins look good here and there, but more worse. They just lost Tyreek Hill, which is a blow to them, so Waddle should be stepping up there. In Carolina, what's the spread on this? right here. Dolphins favored by 1.5, so it's a pick'em game. Coin flip right here. I mean, I don't know what to think of this one. I do think the Panthers can win this against the Dolphins. I do like their offense going against a bad Miami defense. So I'm just going to pick the Panthers to win that game, even though 61% of America is going for the Dolphins. All right, moving on to the Ravens-Texans. The Ravens have been very poor this year, and they have a solid team all around. I thought they'd be really good, especially week 1. They almost beat the Bills, and they looked really good. I had them as like a top 3, top 4 team going into the season. Don't look great. Great. Their defense is terrible. Lamar Jackson's not going to be playing in this game. But it is in Baltimore. I don't see the Texans still beating them. Let's see the spread on this game. Wow. Texans favored by 1.5 on the road. I know Lamar Jackson not playing, but I still think they could win without him. Cooper Rush, I believe, is the backup. So yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens still to win that game against the Texans. All right, moving on to the Cardinals-Titans. This is where you got to target Cardinals players if you play fantasy football. Titans are just terrible. They're young. Sure, they have some veterans in there, but they're not carrying the team at all. 0-4. I know the Cardinals are banged up at running back, but they should be fine. I got to pick Cardinals to win. Let's look at the spread on that Cardinals-Titans game here. Wow, Cardinals favored by 8.5. I love the Cardinals defense as well, so they should hold the Titans to a very low score. Yeah, got to pick the Cardinals on this one. All right, moving on to the Seahawks-Bucks. This is going to be a fun matchup to watch. A great matchup. Could go either way. Battle of the 3-1s. This one is in Seattle. Let's look at the spread. They'll probably give Seattle, the home field advantage, -3. I do think this is a game the Bucks can win. I know they're banged up at running back. The Bucks should still be okay. I think the Bucks can upset the Seahawks here and beat them in Seattle. And 63% of America is picking the Bucks to win. So go Bucks on that one. All right, moving on to the Lions-Bengals. The Bengals just look completely terrible all around. They are 2-2, but their defense just is not good whatsoever. Same with their offense right now, especially with Burrow out. Definitely just picking the Lions right off the bat. Lions favored by 10.5 right there. So that's an easy pick there. All right, Commanders, Chargers. This one should be a good one. 85% of America picking the Chargers. I think Chargers should be favored. Let's find that spread there. Probably just missed it. Yeah, Chargers only favored by 2.5. I do think the Commanders will put up a battle. I wouldn't be shocked if the Commanders won, but Chargers should win this. And, take control over the Commanders at home. So I got to lean Chargers slightly on that one. All right, moving on to the Patriots-Bills division game. I think last time I checked, I'm going to check again. Yeah, they have this one pretty much the highest scoring game on the slate right here. 49.5 is one of the highest games on the slate. So this could be a high scoring game from both teams. Obviously, Bills are favored by 8.5, so Bills should take care of the Patriots in Buffalo as well. So I'm going to pick the Bills to win right off the bat anyways. But I think the Patriots will put up a fight, division game. So even starting some Patriots players in fantasy is not a bad option here against the Bills. All right, but I'm going to pick the Bills to win that one. All right, moving on to Monday Night Football, last game of the week. Jaguars, Chiefs. This one will be a better one than we thought. It is in Jacksonville. And sure, the Chiefs look really good. They just beat the Ravens, but the Ravens don't look great at all. So I think this is a big game for Jacksonville to step up. Let's look at the spread. Chiefs are favored by 3, and I know the Jaguars looked great against the Niners the other day, but the Niners offense was so sloppy, it just made the Jacksonville defense look amazing, and I don't think they're that amazing. They're good, but I think the Chiefs could find a way to win here. This one's tough for me. I'm going to be cheering for the Jaguars. My gut is saying Chiefs, but on this one, I'm going with my heart, which is not good. I'm going to pick the Jaguars to upset the Chiefs here and beat them, or at least definitely cover the spread. But I'm going to pick the Jaguars to beat the Chiefs in Jacksonville. How many total points will be scored? That's what they're asking here at the bottom. What do they have it at? 46. I think they'll hit the over. I'll go with 48. So those are my picks, guys. Jaguars, Bills, Chargers, Lions, Bucks, Cardinals, Ravens, Panthers, Eagles, Jets. Whoa. Jets, Giants. What is happening? Giants, Colts, Vikings, and the Rams to beat the Niners. So those are my picks, guys. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me, disagree with me. Enjoy week 5. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.